I was reading Himanta Biswa Sarmaji's interview to Open Magazine, and what he mentions is two particular problems here. One is the language divide, where this is also a linguistic problem with the local Assamese, and also the communal divide, right? Of course, and there are different tangents to this communal divide because it is also said that the indigenous Muslims of Assam also have a problem with the illegal immigrants coming in, and they're at the receiving end, is what the popular narrative in the media is today.
Sharon, from what I have observed with the time I've lived in Assam and I've done my research in Assam, one of the things I've understood there, and I think it's important for us to understand this as we are not from the region, is that the Assamese Muslim is very, very different. Their interactions, their relations with Assamese Hindu is extremely, extremely cordial. They are also, I have found, in their way of life, in their living, very, very liberal, very modern, very egalitarian, very secular. And therefore, it makes them very, very different to the Muslims coming in from Bangladesh. Economically, both of them are different. I have noticed some of the Assamese Muslim Gauriji, please feel free to correct me. You know, you are from the region, and I hold your insights, in very high this thing. But having said that, I find that the Muslims from Assam, in Upper Assam, they were the tea plantation owners. They were well-to-do. They are far more educated. You know, our President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed, the first Muslim president, came from Assam, you know. So they have held a very different position in society, and I find that would be a clash. There would be a natural clash for them or for an average Assamese or even for people in Delhi or Bombay or Bangalore, where a lot of this illegal migration is finally moving out to. You know, Assam, for a lot of them, is their first stop, you know, but a lot of them continue moving, more inward into Bharat. And even for us, we would find a cultural shock. Now, you have to understand that Bangladesh, interestingly, one has had this idea of Assam being naturally a part of their grand design, even from people who were considered to be friends of Bharat. So, for example, a pro-India leader like Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, in his book Eastern Pakistan, uh, you know. Its population and economics, also said because Eastern Pakistan must have sufficient land for its expansion, and because Assam was abundant in forest and mineral resources, coal, petroleum, Eastern Pakistan must
Right.
include Assam to be financially and economically strong. So even the pro-India friendly forces believe that Assam should be a part of their grand design. And I think, when the grand design is this insidious, it isn't lost on people. So that clash is natural to happen. Also, what Himantoji says is quite correct, because you see, he's also looking at it from a political point of view. Now, with 40% Muslim population and largely covering areas where, you know, there are areas with 90% now majority, will affect about 80% of the 80% of the seats. You know,
Because
so the
one more
minute
statement that he made in the interview was that, evictions are not really practical because at the end of the day, you're talking about nearly 1.5 crore people. So what if they start blocking the highways?
of, I mean, is that a question or is that a statement?
No, I'm just supplementing what you said.
No, absolutely. There's anything can happen, and you see these. Like I said, this has implications on national security. Now, blocking highways or blocking roads, or the kind of drama we saw during the CA protests,
Right.
is only one part of the issue. You know, the larger part of the issue is that these borders are porous. There is a lot of drug peddling. It's actually in the last 6 months under, GP Singh, the DG of Law and Order. It is under him that they have caught the largest haul of drugs that were being smuggled into
Right.
Assam in the history of Assam. While we were all focused on the Aryan Khan case, this
Correct.
government was making great strides in Assam. But why were they making these great strides? Because all of this is interconnected. All of this
Right.
has a larger impact, and of course, there's going to be problems with eviction, and we'll have to wait and see how that is going to happen. We've already seen what has happened in the
Right.
last few months. But I believe that people don't know enough to make an opinion. Remember when that eviction drive happened and it was all over
Yeah.
the newspapers? It was only seen as from a perspective of it being ruthless,
Correct.
but people have to see it in a larger perspective. I remember once wanting to, I had heard that there's illegal immigration in Kaziranga, and Kaziranga is national land, it's not even state land, and there is a huge settlement there. I wanted to
Right.
go there, and they said, don't even bother. Our security forces, authorities cannot go there. This, of course, I'm talking about 10 years ago when a law and order situation was very different. But this is the kind of threat and fear that you live in, and that you bear coming from illegal immigrants. So it's not as if they are
Yeah.
ideal citizens.
Please remember to subscribe to us and switch on the notifications for this channel. For our other social media links, more content, and to support our work, please visit citti.net. Dhanyavad. Namaskar.